Phil Vergara, and I'm here to talk about our group's proposed project innovation titled Free Association Modernization, or simply put, FAM. But first, let me explain what free association is. Free association is a therapy from Sigmund Freud, one of the first theorists and psychologists in psychology. The basic concept is that mental disorders come from our repressed thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And by free associating, we unlock these repressed thoughts and treat the disorder we have ourselves. Free association is done by the client openly speaking to the therapist on what words the client thinks about. It can be via a story or even a random group of words. The idea of FAM came from the negative view our society has on mental illnesses. Because of this negative view, some people who have mental illnesses are afraid of seeking help and treatment because they fear being judged or labeled by society. So the idea was, what if we can treat the most common disorders, the ones that a majority of people have, then maybe the view towards mental illnesses can be changed into a more positive one. The innovation is made by refining the previous process of free association by adding more steps and adding a few ideas from psychology. The steps are as follows. The first step is the interview, in which the client will be interviewed to gain basic information and reasons the client might have of seeking help. Then, there are two choices. If the client cannot be treated with FAM, then the therapist must refer the client to a more specialized therapy. If the disorder can be, however, treated, then the first session will proceed, in which small talk type questions will be asked, like how are you doing today, what are your hobbies, etc. Then the second session with more meaningful questions. If the client is working, how is your career? If the client is a student, how is your student life? Question regarding the client's present. The third session, questions regarding the client's past life, such as do you remember any bad or traumatic experiences that you may have had? Questions that probe the client's past life. Then the DAP or Draw a Person test will be administered as an additional source of data. Then the therapist will evaluate. If no underlying cause presents itself, then treatment is successful. If there is an underlying cause, then the client must be referred to a different therapist. The benefit of FAM is that it is simpler and more client-friendly than other forms of therapy available. No medication or hospitalization is required, it simply needs the client to be honest. The competition of FAM is that of other forms of modern therapy which are more scientific than FAM, but because they use medication and other techniques which might make treatment more successful but more costly. So that will be all. Thank you for listening.